Can I snag this one? Or can I snag this one? You guys
Chris was gonna get it, but go ahead.
Oh,
Pull this
okay.
one back. Take that one.
Okay.
Take it, Chris. You always sit on the corner back.
Yeah.
why I said the second one. I
Yeah.
just said you see.
Yeah. He did.
I was expecting that. Oh, okay.
Today, we thank you for your grace and mercy. We thank you for the city of Warrenton. Father, we ask you to be with us in this meeting. Continue to give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, guidance in every step, that we can provide quality service to your people in this city. We give you praise. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so glad to see so many people came out tonight. I don't know what they came out for. Maybe I lost sight of something. But good y'all guys come and get involved in what's going on in your city. Thank you guys for coming. At this time, we're gonna recognize our guests. Do we have anybody who's going to speak? You got that, please?
We do have Sammy that wants to speak. Hi, my name is Tammy Carden and I'm representing Events of Warren County, which is the Turtle Fest. I just wanted to let you know, because I wasn't sure if the word got out. We did check with the cannons and the muskets, and they will be hourly on the hour from noon until 6 on that Saturday. The festival is Labor Day weekend, so everybody is welcome to come out. I know a lot of y'all have family reunions and stuff like that at that time, but bring them out. You know, come out, spend a couple hours. There's gonna be a parade in the morning. It's supposed to start at about 10 o'clock. And then there'll be some educational speeches and stuff like that that all have to do with the Bushnell Turtle or the Revolutionary War. The other thing that I needed to bring up, I'm sure Roy's gonna bring it up again, is I would love to have the city fire truck, the old ancient city fire truck that's back there in storage, pulled out for this thing. I think that would be the coolest, just display. You could just pull it out of the shed. And if you can't get it out of the shed, maybe we can close off the shed to let people walk through with tarps or something. I know it's been a while since it's moved. But that's one of our treasures that we've just got stashed and hidden. And there's so much in this county and in this town that historians would just freak out over. So, and we need to start promoting that. That's about all I got to say.
Good job.
Thank you, Ms. Tammy.
Would there be a problem pulling the old fire truck out for that weekend?
I think Mr. Rowe walked in on the end of that. He
No,
didn't.
I apologize, I was dealing with them mainly.
She was wanting to know if we could pull the old fire truck out that we've got for that weekend because it's so historical.
We can work on trying to.
We have Erica for
Good evening. So the biggest thing that I have that's not in you guys' paperwork, was mentioned but not elaborated on. A couple weeks ago, Hawkins Laboratories came in to do some testing with some chemicals at the water plant. They're coming back tomorrow to do more extensive testing to actually pull samples to see what we get with our TOCs. And the TOCs, is total organic carbon. And I know I've mentioned it before, but most people don't understand or know what's going on with TOCs. So TOCs in the water react with your disinfection products, which is chlorine, and they form our THMs and our HAAs, which we have a problem with around here. And we're hoping that I can come back next month with the data to support the fact that it will not eliminate it completely, but at least knock it down extensively. The preliminary test showed that it did, so I'm very hopeful and excited.
Erica, where do we stand on all the leaks? Are we still missing a lot of water as far as a lot of water going somewhere?
We've made such an impact, we still have leaks. I mean, I don't know that we'll ever get them all fixed. However, we've made a tremendous dent in it. I mean, the water output has decreased by a whole lot.
So what is it now? Do you know off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head, Ms. Pam, but I can get back with you with that.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Ellis.
We have Will for Wix.
We don't really have a whole lot going on, cutting grass, spraying, all that kind of thing. I'm waiting to hear back from the state about taking my water test and my class 1 wastewater test. So whenever I hear back from them, hopefully I can go take it. That's all I got. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Smith.
Danny, street and sanitation.
Well, yeah, well, we basically dealing with the same thing, cutting grass. Same, picking up people, doing our street size, basically the same thing. It's, street and sanitation. Sanitation, one thing that I can kind of give everybody a point on is when your trash containers outside of your house, they don't want your container lid open. They actually don't have to dump it if your lid is up and open. They don't have to pick up anything that's sitting around your trash containers.
And they definitely don't.
Mm-hmm. So, if we are doing those things and we feel like they mistreating us by not picking up, they don't have to do it. So in other words, if your container, make sure that your lid is closed when your trash is in it. Make sure that you don't set trash bags around the trash containers because their bylaws, they don't have to pick it up.
Do they have to, set it up right if they slam it down and it falls over?
They should,
But they don't.
if it's just that one vehicle and that one guy's dumping it, most likely they're not gonna do
They're
that.
not getting down out there short.
No, they're not.
They're not.
Also, your guys cut grass. Can they do something about all the trash that's in the ditches instead of just running over it and spreading it out a little bit? Can they maybe pick it up?
To be honest with you, if you knew how much paper we picked up, and man, it's like 24, 25 bags of trash we have on the back of our trucks. That's one day. You come back the next day, the same place that
Oh,
you
I
just
know.
picked it
I
up,
know,
it's
same
back
road.
out there.
I'm gonna be able to help you guys on that after the chief gives his report, because I'm gonna tell you about, we have a young lady who wanna do, neighborhood watch, and we're gonna put it in place. And then it's gonna be you guys' problem then, because in your neighborhood, if you don't want it clean, don't tell. Okay. All right,
That's basically.
thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Williams.
We've been running a little short this last month, I know. I'm still one person short full-time, and one of my other full-time people was out the whole month, he had surgery, so he still hasn't came back yet, so I just wanna say my part-time folks have stepped up and they've helped us out. I just wanna thank my guys, they've been working hard this last month, so nobody's had any time off, can't take none. So, but we're out there working, we're doing all we can, and, I the numbers are down on the burglaries and the internet autos and those things are down. Yeah, they're doing the job.
Just to elaborate what the chief had talked about, I supposed to be meeting with a young lady, Miss Barnett. I never met her before, but she lived in our city, and she wanna start a neighborhood watch. And I agreed with her also too, and we get with the police department, and we would follow our rules and regulations, how we can get a neighborhood watches. And if you do want one in your neighborhood, well, they won't have to cut up the paper, Miss Pam. We're gonna ask you to get on board with them, where we can help people in our city to keep this city clean. And we will be posting also too, our cleanup act will start January 1st, 2027. And Mayor George Ivey is gonna make sure you get fined. You can like me or do not like me, but I tell you one thing, our city's gonna be clean. So, you got people in your neighborhood, and they not doing what they supposed to do. The chief don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. You have to tell people who they are. Attorney Glee, I'm picking on everybody tonight. I get commission in a minute. Attorney Glee throwing out trash, report her. Yeah, she is an attorney.
I thought about putting up game cameras out there, cause they throw it in the same spot all the
Is
time.
that neighborhood watch just gonna be for trash?
No, it's gonna be neighborhood watch for everything, burglar, you name it, even for drugs
Cause I've
also
been
too.
calling about this dog in the neighborhood.
Well,
That's
you,
right.
Yes, ma'am.
well, you just got to find out who dog it is.
Well, I know, and people been there to talk to them, but it's like they bring them back. The dog doesn't stay there, but they
What
bring them
was,
back like every 2
what was the
weeks.
district attorney told you about this?
Yes, sir. We,
We do, who was it?
we,
Dupe, get his phone number, call him please, and tell him the mayor told you to give him a call because he was concerned about the dogs in our city.
Yeah, 'cause that
And we
dog
couldn't
is-
do nothing with
It's a
them.
big great thing, and it just bark all day and all night, all day and all night. It's just annoying. I get tired of calling the chief about it, going to him, talk to him about a dog, all that.
We don't have any animal control,
We
and
don't.
there's nothing they can do
Yeah,
about it.
I've talked to the owner a few times, when you talk to him, it's gone for a while, but then
every 2 weeks he come back, yeah. Just like talking to the
the
wall.
only thing we have in our ordinance is picking up a vicious animal. He's not vicious, he just aggravates.
Yeah.
And he just aggravates the neighbors with it. We don't have it out. Maybe we can change our ordinance and keeping up vicious and maybe aggravating.
Because waking me up 2
There's a
o'clock in the
nuisance.
morning is
Well,
just-
they do have a leash law, so, you know.
It's on lease, it's safe on lease, that's the thing, it's safe tied up, but it's
It
just,
just barks
Okay.
all night.
yeah, all night, all day.
Try looking at the nuisance, the general nuisance law, that's, applies.
But their hands are tied as far as being able to do
Yeah,
anything
I know,
with
that's
them.
why I hate calling, but it's just, I'm so annoying.
You just keep
It's
calling,
kinda like
keep
throwing
calling.
out the trash, we tell everybody not to, we have signs that say not to, but people do it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.
Walter Hawkins for the recreation update.
Like to give an update on the gymnasium. The gentleman did come out, they dug a trench around the building. But, been pretty dry lately, so. I don't know, you know, is it working or not because of the dry weather. But, and we have started on registration for, football, and, children, great football and children. That's about it.
What's the age for that house?
9 through 12.
For both?
Okay. Thank you.
Alright, we have, Commissioner Graham for the swap update.
This is concerning our SPLOS. Our current SPLOS, runs through June 30th of 2027. And then it will expire unless it is voted on by the citizens to continue. And currently, the SPLOS is, going to 4 categories, water, sewer, economic development, recreation, and emergency services. So that's, it's broken down to 30% goes to water and sewer, 20% to economic development, 15% to recreation, and 35% to emergency services. So that's currently what, it's going to. So, we had on June the 18th, we had a joint meeting of the 3 cities in the county to discuss, talking, about a new intergovernmental agreement that we could put in place to ask the citizens in November if they would like to continue with the current 1% sales tax, which is special purpose localized sales tax, which is capital projects only. It can't be used for anything else. It's been in place for years. I know at least back into the early 90s, I don't know back before then, that's before my time, so I couldn't tell you, but I know early 90s up to now, it's been in place, so, it's been used for a lot of different stuff, but mainly the last 20 years, we've been kind of hitting these 4 topics, because these are some of the main capital projects we need, is in water, sewer, emergency services, recreation, and, your economic development, so, we discussed that, we talked about it, probably would like to continue doing the same thing. The 3 cities in the county would have to put this intergovernmental agreement together. We have to make a call for the election to the elections superintendent and to the election board, and then get it put on the ballot, and then it'll be voted on for the citizens to decide. So, we gotta make some decisions, it has to be done, in the next probably month to get everything handled. So we have to give about a 90-day notice for the call to election. And then about a month prior to the election, it has to run in a paper for 4 weeks where that question's out there for the citizens to know, you know, this is what's gonna be put out there for the vote. Currently, looking at averages over the last, number of years, we probably in a 5, and this will be for 5 years, it's a 5-year cycle. And it looks like, looking at averages, we probably would collect $4 million roughly over a 5-year period, based on what the current averages are. I looked at the last 8 years average, the last 3 years average, I've looked at the first 4 months of this year's average, kind of looked at all, you know, what the history's been for a little while, and so a rough average would be around $4 million for 5 years. So, if we stayed with the current percentages, water and sewer, that'd be $1,200,000, economic development would be $800,000, recreation would be $600,000, and emergency services would be $1,400,000. Over the 5 years, that's spread out. Some of the funding goes to Camac and Norwood for water and sewer, along with Warrenton and the county. Emergency services goes to Warrenton and also to the county. We cover emergency services for Camac and Norwood, so that's the reason we handle that for them. They don't get anything on that end of it. The recreation goes to the county, and we work with everybody trying to do some stuff. Currently, the renovations at the MLK Park is for recreation funding. We did get some grant funding, working jointly with the city, and that's working. I know Camac and Norwood's got some interest in doing some stuff with some parks in their area. So there's some things to look at, and there's some additional things within Warrenton that need some additional thought on the recreation side. Public safety, chief will tell you how expensive everything is in public safety. I mean, you got your law enforcement, your fire, Roy can tell you about fire. You know, 911, EMS is all pretty expensive stuff. Water and sewer, Roy and Eric can tell you about that too. It's nothing, well, y'all know everything's expensive, so, but, those are some of the things that, you know, that needs capital funding for us to continue to move forward and be able to help the cities and the county to progress and continue to move forward. So, hopefully the citizens will be willing to continue. So it's not a new tax, it's just an existing tax. It would continue to move forward if the citizens agree and would vote that for a yes vote. Then we could continue that. If it gets voted down, then June 30th of next year that goes away, and all that money for capital projects would not be available to the cities or the county for any upgrades in capital. It would have to come out of general fund to get any of the upgrades done. So, hopefully they would be willing to continue. It's been in place, like I said, since early nineties. And like I said, could have been before then. That's just as long as I know it's been going on. So it's been a good tool to help us with a lot of things. So hopefully we can continue to do that. We could stay with these percentages as I stated, or we could change those. Looked at how we could look at doing some different things. Since water and sewer and emergency services are two of the larger problems and cost the most. A thought is to put 40% in each one of those, and then put 10% in recreation, 10% in economic development. So that would change the numbers a little bit, but it would give more, not a whole lot. I mean, we're small, but $4 million to Warrenton and Warren County and Norwood and Camac is still a lot of money. It's a lot of money to the citizens. The good thing about it is, the people that travel through here, when they stop down here at Jet, or they come over here from Thompson at the Mexican restaurant or wherever, or come see Chris and get some pizza, hopefully, right, Chris? Yeah, they're helping, bring some money too, so, that helps also get some money brought in here to us with, people passing by and visiting, so, hopefully it's something we can continue with, so, I'm gonna ask council, Mayor, if y'all got any questions you'd like to ask at this point.
What happens if it's not passed?
It goes away, and, when Roy needs, some fire gear, you gotta figure out where you're gonna get it from. You ain't gonna get it out of sales station. The only choice you got is to go up on, general fund taxes or not buy it.
Be property taxes?
That would be what happens. I mean, you either can't do it, or you go up on property tax, because it's got to.
And will this be extended for another 5 years?
It will be 5 years.
And Commission, in the last, 5 years, we've been rated about 85% of the people, citizens vote for yes for.
This will be the sixth time that I have dealt with this, and everyone, the 5 times prior to this one, anywhere from 75 to 85% of the citizens have voted yes in favor of these, so it's been pretty positive. That don't mean it will be positive this time, but it has been in the past. And with this, if we want to spend $4 million and build some big building, it probably wouldn't be as apt to jump on board and do it, but, with water, sewer, economic development, recreation, emergency services, that pretty much touches everybody in some form or some fashion. So they're more likely to be willing to, have that extra sales tax, on whatever items they buy. So, I mean, it's not a lot, but it has been so far, and these are the things, over that period of time that's been on the ballot. We used to have, roads and bridge money in here too, but with the T-Splosh that we currently have, we took it off because we was getting the T-Splosh money, so we could put a little bit more money in these other pots, because we're getting the T-Splosh money, so. Yeah, it'll be up to the citizens, and hopefully they would be willing to continue.
Okay, Commission, we thank you for coming out and explaining to us.
I'll have, the intergovernmental agreement, to y'all in the next week or two, so we can get this moved forward, if y'all willing to, continue moving forward.
Yes, sir.
Us, y'all, and Norwood and Camac got to sign the intergovernmental agreement so we can make the call. I've got an attorney working that up right now. We'll make sure the league gets a copy to review. It's, if you've seen the old one, I think it's basically the same agreement. Yeah, everything will be, it'll just be on what we settle on the percentages being, but other than that, everything's gonna be the same.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right, thank you, Commissioner.
All right, thank Thank you, appreciate
All
it.
right, thank you for coming.
See you.
And council, you guys have one of those in your packet from last month, for the whole agreement. Not in your packet, so you can last month.
I think it's in this packet, isn't it? I have it.
It's in email. Yeah,
I'll print it
but it's,
out.
I know you gave your printout in your last packet. It's one of them last. Okay.
That's all I have for you.
We're gonna go back and, we didn't have enough counts at the time, we've got some now that we can go back and, through the last month. We're gonna go back and prove the last few minutes. January. June the 12th. Council accepting minutes from last month, June the 12th, last meeting. Could I have a motion, that we accept these reports from the department head?
I make a motion to accept the reports and approve, the minutes from June 9th and the June 12th call meeting.
Could I have a second? Motion and a second. Any opposed?
All in favor?
All in favor, raise your hand. Okay. All right.
New business. First thing on the list is comptime policy, and we're out overtime, okay.
We, council, we doing some, little bit something different than we normally do because we cut out some overtime. I talked to some of the employees. Yeah, everybody don't like it. Everybody wanna make overtime. I understand that sometimes we have to make overtime. But we cutting it out, going to our comp time. And the reason why, because we in a couple of downfalls. And the reason why we in a couple of downfalls, not picking at the mayor, previous mayor and previous council. 2024, it was shortfall because on a couple of the line items, it was zero all the way across. They did not budget for insurance at all. So we have a downfall there. Hoping from now on that we'll start taking a little bit closer look, and that's why we try to get the package out before in time to all our council where you can get a chance to look over it. So 10 minutes, 5 minutes in here looking over it, you're not gonna understand those numbers. You got too many numbers to look at. If you had $2 or $3, yes, it would. But when you got hundreds and thousands of dollars, no, 2 or 3 minutes is not enough time. And they did not budget that, so it's a little bit downfall. So, and it's nothing to worry about. You're gonna get paid every week. Your check is still gonna come. We have other resources that we can use. So we don't have no problem. And I know if, cause I'll be the first one to quit if I don't get paid.
Where are the other resources? What are the other resources?
Other resources, number one, we're gonna start cutting some downtime, and our overtime. And we're gonna do some cutting back on each department, it's cutting back. And so, I'm not trying to throw the council and administrator under the bus, but I'm gonna run over them. Cause you did not put nothing on that line, nobody saw it. So, how you can budget something out for another fiscal year and you didn't have enough money to budget out to it. You didn't put down everything you need to put down. And I think the citizens should know what happened, where they won't have no one person fault into this. And it's definitely not the mayor that you have now because I didn't do the 2024 budget. I didn't do 2025 budget. No budget got a line going all the way across 0, 0, 0. You did not budget no money into that. Then not only that, we did not budget the audits that we have, the 2024 audit. You did not budget. Me and Mr. Nathali, we went over and over, looking, trying to see what the downfall was, and that's what the downfall was. It was not nothing budgeted there, but we paying it. With what money? money that the council did not budget into our budget. And the administrator did not put in that budget. So now we have a downfall. And that downfall, could we make it up? And other ways that make it up. And now you're scared that we can go to the bank, borrow money we have to from our previous year that from taxes is gonna be coming in. 85% of the people pay their taxes during the time of the tax. So if we need $1 million to keep things going, we can get $1 million. Because we're gonna bring it back in revenue through the taxes. So it's a way out. It's a solution for everything.
That's robbing Peter to pay Paul, isn't it? I
Well,
mean,
we've been doing it for a
money
year.
from-
Council,
from something else.
I understand, council, you is one of the greatest person in here, always looking at numbers and always reading the line. And how did you miss that?
I can't believe we did miss that. I mean, I'm not positive because I don't remember exactly what the budget says, but I've got.
But it was in your last month, it was in the last month package.
Shall we look at it and see?
Yeah,
I can't
please
believe
do.
we did not budget anything.
Please do.
But, I mean, there are a lot of things that need to be questioned on here that we never sat down and questioned because we never had a
Well,
meeting.
that's a council fault. If you got a question, you should find out what's going on.
What kind of money is in the bank right now to be able to move forward to pay people for working for the city of Warrenton?
We got
Because
money.
from what the last city clerk told me right before she left is that we'd have money for another month and then we'd be out of money.
Why didn't y'all make the city clerk sign an
I mean,
agreement?
I'm telling you.
I understand, I
She's-
got that.
she's
Why
saying
didn't
in
you
her-
get, why didn't the council, if you're gonna send somebody to school, spend taxpayer money, why didn't you get her to do a 2-year agreement? Why?
Cause we didn't have that in place then, we just
Yeah, you
made
ain't
that
got a
in
lot, it's a
place.
lot of stuff that's not in place. And that's what Mayor Ivey's gonna do. In the next 4 years, I am gonna put stuff in place.
What does that
Well-
have to do with the bank balance and whether we have money to pay the employees?
It's gonna be
or
money,
not?
it's gonna be money if I have to borrow from Miss Langford. We're gonna have money. The money's there. You have to learn how to manipulate and borrow from Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
You have to learn that.
That don't
And
get
that's
you
what been
anywhere in
going
the
on for the
That
last
don't
30
get you
some
anywhere in the
years.
long run.
Yeah,
I mean, cause we'll be back in
Well,
the
we can
same
do what we've been
position.
doing.
And I
Council?
also need to know why we were not told we were gonna be in this shape 6 months. In 6 months, when we were deciding on what we were gonna put into this building right here. I mean, we were
Well,
not told a lot of stuff. I guess I relied too much on the city clerk to keep us informed, and we were not informed of
Yes,
a lot of
ma'am, I
stuff.
agree with
And
you.
I'm not throwing Nicole up under the bus, I'm going all the way back to Mary Ann as far as not knowing some of the things that we need to know before we make a vote on something.
Right, I agree with you. And that's why now that we looking at it very close and trying to bring, Mr. Jones in to help us out, although he is one out of council, that might look like a conflict of interest. And that's one of the things we wanna work out. Mr. Jones do not wanna be a servant paid to do that. He wanna volunteer to come in and do it, you know, to help the city get back on that. And that's what a council should be doing. Finding ways to help the people. That's the reason you are a council. You're a council that to do your job to help the citizen. That's why they voted for you. They voted for you to come in here to help run the city. Not to come up here just to have a title saying I'm a council or the city council. I'm not here to have a title just being mayor. Cause if it was making $200 a month, I've been gone. I'm not here. I'm here because I love this city. I wanna see this city move forward. I live here. And that's our whole goal is, and hopefully that's what the council goal is here to do that. Not listen to that one person say so and just go with it. We've been doing that for the last 40, 50 years. We using the same company for insurance for the last 30, 40 years. It's time for a new change. And it's gonna happen this 4 year, with council or without council. It's gonna happen. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something new. Because the old way you've been doing, it ain't working. It didn't work then, it still ain't working.
Well, don't think that we didn't ask to get quotes from other insurance companies, because we did. That's why I can't believe it was left off the budget completely, is because we did go out and try to get quotes from other insurance companies.
I'm sorry,
And
Mayor, I had
nobody
to
wanted
come
to
in
write
and
it,
find
so
all
do you
this.
know of somebody that wants to? Cause we sure will let them.
Well, I brought in some people to do that quote. But it took our insurance company that we have, took them 6 months to give me a report that how many vehicles that we have on that
We did
report.
not take it 6 months.
We
I was
just got
I
that.
was talking with Ed Rickson as
Well,
well, and he gave
Well, you
it
should
to
have
me
talked to Ed
in
because he
four-
did not send it to
was
Nicole.
2 or 3 weeks, yes, he did, I know exactly when he sent them to her.
Well, you know, we're not gonna have this discussion right here.
She had a
I'm-
little bit of an issue getting some stuff from him, cause he didn't know exactly what she wanted.
Oh, who don't know to send a cover sheet? Come on, you're an insurance company.
Well, can we just move forward from here?
Well, we are, but,
Yeah.
no, I think the citizens should know why the city in the shape they are.
Well, when you find out.
No, we're not gonna go back and forth, we're not going back and forth, we going with what the mayor is doing right here, we gonna move forward with our city. And I'm not trying to blame the councils for what they did, but I am blaming, because they should have looked a little bit closer also. You don't depend on one person to do your job. If that's what you were elected to do, you do what you elected to do. If you need to step down, you need to step down. Allow somebody else to come in to do the job for the citizens, for these citizens. If I'm not gonna try to help you, what I'm here for? I'm not here to tear you down, I'm not here to give up. I'm here to go forward. And we can make this city move forward, if we want this city to move forward. It's gonna have to take the citizen help, the council help, it's gonna take all of us as a family to help each other. You cannot run a city by yourself and doing stuff the old way in the 18th century. It ain't working. We in a new century. Prices going up on everything. Yeah, you're gonna have to take the tax up. Nobody wanna take the tax up. I sure don't wanna pay them. Don't wanna pay the one I got now. But I know everything else going up. When I go to the store, get a loaf of bread, it went up. When I go buy gas, it's going up. What I do, I still ride. And that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna ride this ship till this ship can't ride no more. We not gonna let it sink. I'm gonna build water as long as I can build water. With council or without council.
I've got the
move
budget
on,
right here, and we had
that's
$119,000 budgeted for
Council
insurance.
Pam, if you don't
We
mind,
had-
we moving forward.
Did you hear me? You
No,
said
council
for
can't-
me to show you, and I can show you
Council-
right here.
Council,
We had
at this time,
$119,000 budgeted for insurance for the plant employees. You wanna look at it?
no ma'am,
Okay, well, then don't sit there and say that we didn't have that money budgeted in there.
what you, campaign. Do I have could I get a motion that we move forward, campaign, that we'll start not doing overtime, we'll be doing campaign? Do I have a motion?
I would like to hear from, the water department.
Yes, sir.
What is you guys' perspective on?
Well, I had a conversation with Mr. George, and this is exactly how it is. A lot of times when we get called in, it's not for anything major, it's because, you know, and I'm not calling anybody out at all when I say this, but a citizen forgot to pay their water bill. It's Saturday or Friday afternoon at 8 o'clock, and we have to go out and turn their water on. I think that we need to, I know this is already a policy, but maybe it needs to be announced that if you haven't paid your bill by 4 PM, it's not gonna be turned on until the next morning at 8 o'clock. And if it's on a Friday, it won't be turned on until Monday. Because as it sits, we don't have time to go on vacation. There's no way possible that any of us are gonna be able to use comp time. So comp time, and I understand you gotta do what you have to do to save the city, and I'm with you. But we're not gonna have time to use it. We're not. So it's just gonna be, going poof at the end of the year, like our vacation time that we don't get to use does? We don't have enough employees to be able to use that. So it's not gonna be beneficial to us, except for it's just gonna be sitting there until the end of the year when it goes poof. Unless there's like a continuation where it goes on, and then,
I looked at the policy on it, and it looks like they're gonna continue. It's gonna continue even if you, leave, you'll receive that compensation.
so you'll get paid for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna, I'm not trying to say that anything about anybody, but will it be signed on? Or will it just be yeah, you're gonna get paid?
No.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna be signed, it'll be a contract.
I feel like you're messing yourself up in the future. take overtime away. You ain't never gonna hire nobody that's a good, like, that's what our industry lives off of, is overtime. You ain't gonna find no good operator to come in here and run anything for you if you don't even offer overtime, like you already don't offer a lot of other stuff, now you're taking that away. You're not doing yourself any favor in the future. Just because you have people now that'll be willing to go with it, that doesn't necessarily mean there's people behind us that are gonna be down with it.
I got it, young lady in the back, then I come to Miss Burley, then I heard, sorry, Miss Burley.
Yeah. I understand it's hard to call your employees out at 8 o'clock at night, but if you think about the people on fixed income that pay when they can, or maybe your single mothers, I think you're doing them a disservice to tell them they have to wait till Monday.
Some of, we give to the, 20-something, so if they get an income coming in during a month, every once a month, their income already came in. Once we keep babysitting people, they're gonna keep using it, and they using our employees, and they're taking money from our citizens, that we gotta come in and pay overtime, just because somebody decided they didn't pay their water bill, and I had the money, but I'm gonna buy me a new pair of sneakers this week, and I'll pay it next week. So that's not right for our employees to get that.
I didn't even know they existed. I thought we were always going by rules, the city rules. I didn't know they was coming out on the weekend or anything.
Yeah, Councilor, if you don't mind, go ahead. Yes, sir.
An employee work 20 and 30, inside to retire. Is the comp time going to give it?
Rectified for that time?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's in the agreement.
So
Yes, sir.
like if he retired in January and he got, say, 3 months of comp time, he get paid for 3 months.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
I have a question in reference to what Erica said, that, they can't take off. So you mean to tell me the people that works for the city, because they're not gonna have overtime, they're gonna have like this comp time, they can't take vacation, if they have an emergency or something, they're not gonna be able to take off? Is this what you're saying? You say you can't take vacation, you can't take any time off, but if there's something severe, you have a death or something, you tell the city workers can't take off?
Yes, they can.
We had no choice then,
Well,
we make it work.
I think what is Erica, I'm not sure if you correct me, I think what she was saying is that she having all this comp time and with the shorter employees, that she wouldn't have the opportunity to take it because the employees, now they're gonna be short.
Correct. So like, for example, the amount of work that we've been getting done, fixing problems and getting leaks fixed and things of that nature, we already only have 3 days of the week that we can do that, because there's only 2 licensed operators right now. And the previous operator that worked that weekend has to be off Thursday and Friday. So if you've only working with Monday through Wednesday to get things like leaks and new taps and all that done, and then somebody takes a week of vacation, you can't do any of that. Like, nothing can get done. For example, the month of May, our packets were very light comparatively to how they have been in previous months, because I went to the conference and my dad, the other operator, went fishing. That was 2 weeks that there was only one operator present for the entire city. We can't do anything, and don't get me wrong, Bryant will have his license soon, then we'll have 3 licensed operators, but we're still short. And like Will was pointing on, it's already hard to get anybody that wants to have a job in the first place, but when you short them, nobody's gonna wanna do it.
So, thank you all for your, for sharing. I thought that would probably be an issue. My thoughts are, if we're gonna do a comp time rather than, overtime, that it would be a postponement, until a later date, that it would be, revisited, in 6 months to see where we are, and revisit it maybe on a 6-month basis, because I know that's something that makes working in the water department attractive, or even working for the city, because you understand that you may not have the largest, salary. However, you do have the opportunity to make some extra income because of the need.
Right.
So, seeing that we are in a situation that we want to make sure we're tightening up. And I think households do this as well as cities. You have to tighten up in the area for a season, until you get things to where they need to be, and then the opportunity to, have overtime again is reopened. So, that if we're, going to move in that direction, then I would definitely, be in agreement to do it for a season.
You know, police department, I haven't been able to draw overtime since 1997, and I have absolutely no problem with comp time. And I don't know how many vacations and holidays I've lost at the end of the year, but I lose them because I work here, this is my job, and I'm gonna continue working here, whether I get overtime or whether I don't get overtime. He doesn't get overtime. My 2 night shift sergeants don't get overtime. I got 2 people in my department that can get overtime money, and the 2 in my department said, hey, no problem. We make compound work.
And that may be true.
We know somebody's gotta be here.
That may be true, Chief, but you also lose a lot of people, or don't get a lot of people that come because we've had this conversation where people, go somewhere else just because they get another couple dollars, or they get some other, opportunity. So we don't want, I mean, we always wanna improve, and we always wanna provide the best situation for the people that we employ. And I understand that you all they never had it, but when you have had something, and you came in under that, and that's what you've been working under, and then it goes away, well, you're talking about something different there.
It's been almost 29 years for me, so I don't miss overtime.
Right, that's what I'm saying, you're talking about something totally different on this side.
I do think, bigger companies do that all the time. Like when it's too much money going out in overtime, they do try to cut that, time back a little bit. Granted, we do like, everybody loves overtime, everybody loves extra money. But if we need to save money, then that's what we gotta do. I do, understand what the water department is saying. But I do think that we should see what the issues are that's making us do overtime. Like, what are we doing when we're doing overtime? What jobs are we doing? And see if we can get those things done. If it's a priority, get those things done during the week or early in the day, so that end of the day, we won't have to do it. I know that we're maybe getting called in for those things. But as far as like paying water bill on time, we're working on, getting something out to the community, stating you have this time to get it in, or the next day will be the day that your water will get cut on. But I don't think it's.
The bill has that on, right?
We're gonna try to make it very well, everybody can understand, because they've been doing things a certain way so long, and they just think it's comfortable for them. And I'm sorry, we're gonna have to take you out your comfortable zone. You know, when I go to the gas station, they take me out my comfort zone every time I put gas in my car. But I know I'm gonna ride, so I'm gonna buy that gas. So, if you don't pay your bill when it needs to be paid, if I paid my bill on time like I'm supposed to, I don't have to worry about late charge. I don't have to worry about a cutoff. I pay it on time. So, you know, and then we give you 15-day grace period to pay it. How many more people give you 15 days?
It shouldn't be a problem.
I don't think it's gonna be a problem. And then if it is, we'll get used to it. You won't have no water bar, running water hose to the neighbor house.
And I do think it's a good idea to do it, get that.
Okay.
Like the chief said, I really don't have a dog in the fight on the comp time thing. I just wanna make one statement about it. If you go to comp time, you gotta be real careful of how much comp time we allow to build up. Because you may end up having somebody work here a year or 2 years, and you owe them hour comp time pay, and they work the month down. I mean, that'd be a hard bolt, to swallow.
I retired having 2 years worth of comp time that I got on my teaching retirement. So yeah, you can, 2 extra years, it can add up over time, so yeah, that is a.
We looking at it, we're hoping it's not gonna be a longer term, it's.
What about
everything is a
putting people on
short-term.
salary? Would that help? Instead of paying hourly? The supervisor's putting them on salary?
Well, we'll take a look at, we'll take it in the afternoon, we'll take a look, but as I went down the line, I thought that was gonna be the best for our city time. What's up?
I got a suggestion. Why don't, if something need to be done through the week, and if the city department is not too busy, and the county is not too busy, why can't they come together and get certain things done? But that way, on the weekend, if something is called or something run over into the weekend, you shouldn't have as much overtime, because a lot of stuff don't got took care of through the week.
Yes, sir. And that's why I ask you guys and give you guys an opportunity. I've been in this city, I never had a mayor give you an opportunity to speak out. It's what they say, and that's it. I try to give the citizens an opportunity to speak out because everybody got great ideas. And some go under the bridge, some go on top of it, but if we work together, we can get things solved. Mayor, I saw you had your hand up, I'm sorry.
I was just wanted to ask, and you've answered it, he spoke up about it, how would it affect law enforcement, going to that, but he answered the question that I had.
And, I don't know nobody paid attention to what she said. I'm the mayor because I love trying to help people. I guess that's the cause of my ministry, to help people. And I saw that Warrington was dying and we need help. So I'm playing doctor now, trying to help her. I can't, put a Band-Aid to it right now. I can't do surgery right now because I don't have the equipment to do it. But I can put a bandage to slow it up. And then if everybody work together, we can have surgery. After a while, we all be healed. But if you don't want to be healed, keep doing like you're doing. And if comp time's not going to work for you, I hate to say it, you might have to look for another job. But we got to do what's best for everybody, not just for one person. The chief gave up and said, he ain't making nothing no way. But I'm willing to stay here and do what I got to do. And if you say you love this city or you love your job, you do what you got to do to stay to help. You won't just up and walk away. I don't walk away from a dog fight just because I'm losing. I might be got whooped, but I'm gonna keep fighting. And we got people that they want to give up. And I said that earlier, I don't think nobody understand what I was saying. If you want to give up, you're in the wrong place. Why do we argue like this with our Congress and our Senate? How come we ain't arguing like that with them? Because y'all see what they messing up and doing. And nobody said a word. You just go along with whatever happens. But when somebody give you an opportunity to even speak something or try to tell you that we can do better and show you better, you want to fight. But I ain't seen nobody protesting, got a group of people marching out and let's go. Just enough people in here now to get a protest and go down there and talk to our Congress right now. We got enough in here right now. Then sooner or later somebody else will join in too. But we don't do that. We are in a fix that we can take care of. Then if we get to a point that we gotta fix it, we can't take it care of, look at your state rule. The state will come in and take over your city. Yes, I'm correct, Attorney Smith? Okay. I just wanna make sure everybody know that. I don't wanna be the only one to know that the state can come in and take over. So when you get in a fix that you can't handle, the state will come and take over. But we ain't in that fix. That's why the state ain't here. You can put rumors out in the street and tell everybody that you bankrupt and you ain't got no money to pay payroll next week, and everybody go in a panic. But you're still getting paid. Okay. Move on. Oh, council, we looking at this right now, and we're gonna table this. Council, hoping that we have all the council here. but everybody can agree there, cause you know, and we can move forward. We'll just table this into our next session meeting, we haven't called me to move forward. Because as long as we keep waiting, we keep losing money. As long as we keep going out at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, turn on water, we losing money. I don't think no employee need to be out at 9 o'clock. When the city shut down, it shut down. Go down to the mall and try to open up the mall after they close and see what happens.
But when did they start doing that? I never knew this is a new thing.
They doing it. We do
Is it certain people that's getting this treatment?
City get doing a lot of stuff that we don't know about, because nobody never tell you about this is going on here. All right, we're gonna move on, ladies and gentlemen. Can I have your attention, please? We're gonna move on, cause our hour is gonna be well spent tonight.
The next thing on the agenda is on contract city accounts. Kind of already went over that.
No, man, we'll come back to that. We're gonna table that.
Alright.
And council also, I put some in your packet. You have a packet here that is not on the agenda with everybody else. It's a couple things about MFK, and then you look inside your packet, you'll see one about Mayor Ivey also too. They didn't put in Mayor Ivey, they put in George Ivey. Hopefully, y'all can understand I was George Ivey at the time. I made a deposit and I hadn't got my deposit back. I sold my place, and I want you guys to take a look at that. And I just wanna make sure I'm doing it the right way. Attorney Smith, that I had some rental property, I sold out my rental property, and I didn't get my, deposit. They cannot find because they did not keep records of when you paid deposit. So if I had property, you know I had to pay water deposit. And they only find 2 of them.
Did you? I don't remember.
So that's the only way they will turn water on. Is I'm correct, Miss Erica? Is that the only way they get water turned on, you pay a deposit?
That'd be a question for,
I know,
I mean, I paid the deposit.
I understand, you
I'm
might
working
not know,
for it.
but everybody pay a deposit when you get the water turned on. I paid the deposit, and I ain't got my deposit back, and I was trying to get it all done before Ms. Moses and Ms. Nicole left. And that's the only thing that they could find in the records. And Ms. Marianne, she wrote out a letter and said that she understands, she knows that I did have no places. So council, I just want y'all guys to take a look at those, those addresses, stuff that I have. Anything else? Okay, next regular meeting will be August the 4th at 6 o'clock, 2026. Council, do anybody have anything else to do before we make motion to close?
Yeah, I do. I wasn't finished. I have something. I own 5 Court Square back here, Grab and Go Snack Shop, and it's been an issue, since I've been there. In the back, some kind of way, but I don't know how many years ago, the lines, the sewage is tied into, it just ran all kind of ways. And mine is coming out the back, and it's going over into Forestry Lane. And where it's going, I don't know. I've had that thing pumped out, I don't know how many times, but now it's backing up. And I'll keep having to pay somebody to come out and pump it out. It was once last year, I couldn't get nobody, I had to go out there with a vacuum cleaner and get it out and dump it and dump it before they got here, but every time, it's private property. I can't keep eating private property no more. Even if it needs to be jetted out, we can try that. I don't know if the city got a jet, if I gotta pay half of it, I'll pay half of it. But I need to see what's going on, cause for long, I gotta tell them, customers, we don't have a restroom. So that's easy, gonna be piling up to coming out of their ground.
Have you, I know you might not know, this is just my suggestion right now. I know you might not, cause I kinda got a little bit insight on that. Not only you, but a lot of other places that's selling food, and every time I hear, it's grease, it's grease. I'm not saying you. I'm not just hear the whole story out. So, will you take consideration and maybe just doing a new whole tap? Just do you another whole tap all the way around, and then just get a new tap. Then you will know where it's going to. Is there any way possible?
Ain't no way. I got a grease trap on the inside that I keep that, and then it's no way it's going into there, but it's only the restroom on the building, when you come in, it's only restrooms coming off of there that's going back there. The other side of the building is going out to the manhole right in front of Doug's over there, it's going out over there.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming out of the kitchen, that side, but I got a grease trap right there catching it, so that's not the one that's backing up, it's just the toilets that's backing up.
Yeah. And I understand you say you didn't know where it going, that's, again, I'm going like, put a sewer station in there, have to pump over to another port that's not there, because we cannot go on private property and do that. We only can work it from the roadway. If it stopped there at the roadway, we can do it, but if it's not, we can't go on private property unstop something.
But how, they don't know where it's going, so how can they say where it's going on the city side when every time they say they don't know where it's going?
Okay, if they don't know where it's going.
So that means I need to pay somebody to run a camera for the city to figure out their job?
No, if it's a part of the city's fault, I think the city should be responsible for it, but point is, we don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe you have to get there. Maybe you go there, and then if they say it's on the city, yeah, the city might reimburse you the money back for your cameras running through
Now
there.
how y'all talking in here ain't gonna be no.
But we do. I can't solve every problem, but I can give you a solution, but we can't solve it. That's the only other thing that we can do is that, just try that camera, and we have to go from there. Yes, ma'am.
Coming on down Highway 80 to the traffic light at the corner there where Jets is, I don't know who the property belongs to, but if you're at that traffic light and you're gonna make a right to go into downtown Warrenton, if you're in your car, you cannot see because of the growth that is right there on that corner. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that, but it needs to be cut. I don't know if it's a city's property or privately owned property. I guess I'm the only one in this room that goes to Jet and they take a right, because if you take a right, you cannot see if the light is red for you to go. You gotta pull out into the street.
I think that's gonna be a part of DOT right there, that's the state court right there. That's the state property, that's on the state highway.
I need to reach out to, I got you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no problem.
Should've let that guy.
Because I can't see, I mean, I'm not the only one, but thank you.
I don't even know what's up, but I don't have no problem sitting down there turn and come to town.
All right, we're gonna get ready to close, y'all can have a conversation outside, y'all. We'll leave here. Anything else that we need to discuss? Next meeting, I made a motion that we will get it closed out next meeting, be next, Tuesday, August the 4th, 2026 at 6 o'clock. At Warren County location building that we in right now. Do I have a motion that we adjourn? Do I have a second? Meeting is adjourned.
It works.